still remember the first time I ever performed a solo. I finished, stood up, and no one clapped. It was because it was that bad. Later when I was practicing, my parents came into the room and lovingly just tried to invite me to, maybe quit singing because it just wasn't really my thing. And they were right, I was a pretty bad singer. This experience continued even as I was going through college, and after my freshman year of college I applied to this program and I was talking with the professor about how I could improve, and the professor told me, he's like, some people just are meant to sing backup, trying to give me some words of comfort, right? But I've never really believed in that. I've always kind of been similar to that bull who always just runs his horns into the corner. And the way the analogy goes is they say the bull needs to turn around and just find the exit, right? But what I decided to do instead is I decided I was gonna break through the wall.
So I actually come from a really athletic family. All of my siblings love playing soccer. And when I was younger, I decided to play soccer as well. But it came to the point where I realized I was not good at soccer. But that's okay, because while my siblings were playing soccer and I would just sit on the bench, that's how I developed perfect pitch. But anyway, I decided to follow through with music. I did a lot of musical things in high school, and I always had this desire within me to try something new. I did things like choir, band, musical theater, but all of that wasn't really enough for me. I always really loved the idea of composing music and just trying to express myself in different ways. And I think joining this band is a great way for me to do that.
So it kind of brings us this song called Heatwave. Do you want to tell us a little bit about how you started making that song, just your process?
Yeah, so at the time that I wrote this song, I really wanted to make a chorus that people could easily remember and sing along to. And I think a good song to compare Heatwave to is Shape of You by Ed Sheeran. I just really like how there's kind of two parts to the chorus that two different people could kind of trade off between. And so that's kind of how the chorus came to be. So when Jared and I got back from Christmas break, he showed some of the things that he was experimenting with and working on with the song. And one of the things that really stood out to me as I was listening to it was that he hit this super crazy high note at the end. And I was just like, dang, that's really impressive. But then he immediately told me, yeah, I don't know if we should keep that in the song. I don't really sing that high anywhere else. But at this point I was thinking, no, you're wrong. This is staying in the song. Let's do it.
So another thing that we decided to do is we wanted this super fat synthesizer that would punch you in the gut, similar to that feeling you got in 5th grade when you got beat up. Just kidding, I know that didn't happen. But anyways, so what we decided to do is we took this synthesizer and we just layered it. This super massive sandwich from Subway, right? And then we took that Subway sandwich and we just crunched it nicely together with a compressor. From there, we took all of the frequencies of the high parts of all those different sounds that we use, and we put it to both ears. Then we took the middle frequencies and we put it sort of not all the way, but in the middle. So it gave us this sound like this, where it used to be like this. Another thing with this song that we decided to do is we wanted to take the concept of "you knock me down like a heat wave" and give it a double meaning. So in the beginning of the song, it starts out and it's oh, I'm so in love and life is great and roses and stuff like that. But when it gets to the bridge, we decided that we wanted to flip the meaning, because that was how my actual experience worked with the particular girl that I was writing the song about. And so what we did with the song is we decided we were going to reflect that meaning and that change. So that's why it gets really mellow and kind of almost slower in that section in the bridge. And then it kind of gradually builds back up. It's all that extra energy and that almost anger, if you will, with being knocked down like a heat wave kind of continues. And that's basically the story of this song and why we decided to make it like we did.